The views there of the chairperson of Bharti Enterprises. Now let's talk about another issue that's crucial to Africa's economic development: education. And in pursuance of good education, many African students travel abroad, often to prestigious universities internationally, and they're funded by their governments. But for hundreds of Nigerian students on government scholarships overseas, they're now faced with a dilemma. And that's because their government has failed to settle many of their tuition fees, forcing some of them to do odd jobs just to survive. From Brighton in the United Kingdom, here's the BBC's Aliyu Tanko with more.
Worried, confused and angry. These are Nigerian students sponsored to study in United Kingdom universities. They could be forgiven for not being able to concentrate on their studies. A Nigerian government agency called Tetfund sent over 100 students here, promising to pay for their tuition and living costs. But these students say this hasn't happened. Some universities have written to students about this. In one of the emails seen by the BBC, one university warned a Nigerian student, Shakirat Adeshola. As you have not enrolled by the deadline, the university have no option but to formally deregister you from your course.
I was not able to pay my tuition, so they gave me a kind of concession to pay part of it, so I paid, but I couldn't meet up to pay everything, but I've been deregistered, that's just it.
Making it worse, they say, is the fluctuation in the exchange rate, as the Tetfund does not pay the students in pounds sterling.
When our fund was awarded in 2014, the exchange rate was around 265 naira to 1 British pound. But the exchange rate has increased over the years to something around 600 naira to 1 British pounds. I have nothing now left because all the total money allocated from my 3 years has been spent for just 2 years.
Hundreds of Nigerian students are affected by the non-completion of the payments for their tuition and maintenance fees. Some of them halfway into their studies. This has not only affected their academic activities, but also their living condition. Nsu Tagema says he has suffered mentally as a result of their traumatic condition.
I had to take up a menial job, a cleaning job. I had to do that for like 3 months, waking up 3 a.m., coming to work from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. in the morning, and then heading to my office to continue my research work from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Authorities at one of the universities, Sussex, say they are aware of the problem and have been helping the students.
Trying to help as much as we can in terms of liaising with the Nigerian Embassy and High Commission, and looking at students' individual situations to see how we might support, maybe in some cases offering some flexibility around payments and repayments.
The students said they have written several letters to the various authorities concerned, but to no avail. The BBC tried to reach Tetfund numerous times, but no response. Now, unless the Nigerian government intervenes directly, many of the students' studies and future will be on hold.
That's the BBC's Aliyu Tanko reporting there. Now let's turn our attention to